Right now, I want to share with you the 3 different ways that I manage my psoriasis on a daily basis. I've had psoriasis for 21 years now, and throughout that time or throughout that period of my life, it's been really bad as far as the symptoms or my psoriasis flare-ups, and it's been really good as far as no or minimal flare-ups, and anywhere in between. And I'd say right now, today, it's in that in-between zone. It's not really bad, it's not perfect, and I'm continuing to work on it. Now, the 3 things that I do to manage my psoriasis is I focus on my diet, my lifestyle, and then adding in some supplements. Now, what I'm going to share with you are things that I have come to by talking with my doctor, my primary care physician, being referred out to dietitians and dermatologists, and reading information published by doctors who have researched this extensively. So I'm not recommending that anybody do this. I am just going to share with you what I have been doing. If anybody wants to try any of these things that I'm sharing, I highly recommend that you talk to your healthcare professional about these things first. So when it comes to diet, the first one here, it's really about eliminating things that cause flare-ups. The number one thing that I found that causes flare-ups for me is alcohol. So over that period of 21 years, I've had phases throughout where I've had more drinking or less drinking. Right now, I don't drink at all. I haven't had any alcohol, and I don't plan to have any alcohol. So alcohol is not part of my diet at the moment. But what I've noticed is that over periods of time, extended periods where I consume alcohol, I get flare-ups and my psoriasis becomes worse. And it's not the first sip of alcohol that I take, I get automatic flare-ups. It's over a period of time. So if I have 2 drinks a week and I do that for 8 weeks, that's when I start really seeing those flare-ups, and they just happen slowly over time. And then, by the end of it, after 12 weeks has passed, I look down and I see my spots have doubled or tripled in the amount. So alcohol has been one of the main factors for me. Then I did a little bit more research. I came to this by reading Tom O'Brien's The Autoimmune Fix, and gluten and dairy seem to be a trigger for me as well. So it's those inflammatory foods. So after I read this book, they do a much better job in the book of describing why, but what it comes back to, or the idea is that you have a leaky gut. You fix the leaky gut by eliminating inflammatory foods, gluten and dairy. So I did that, and I saw a big reduction in my psoriasis spotting as well. So I'm convinced on that. I'm gluten and dairy free. I have tried to introduce it back in, so I've been doing this for a couple years now. I've introduced gluten back in just to test it, and I can't really tolerate it anymore. So it actually did create some issues when I ate some gluten. So at this point, I'm over it. I don't miss gluten anymore, so I am completely gluten and dairy free. And then it's also been reinforced by reading other forums or listening to others who also have psoriasis and them sharing their stories that when they went gluten and dairy free, it helped them also. So those are the reasons why I've done that. And then as far as the resolve or the results, I have just seen a significant reduction in my spots. And so I'm hooked. I'm a believer in that. And then one of the biggest benefits for me from eliminating those things, alcohol, gluten, and dairy, is that I don't have that itching, burning, or uncomfortable crawling skin that comes with psoriasis as well. So I'm sold. I'm done with gluten, dairy, and alcohol. The next thing I do is focus on my lifestyle. And this comes back to my mindset, right? My emotional well-being, taking care of myself there, and then also being active and getting outdoors. One of the first times I went to a dermatologist to talk about my psoriasis and treating it, they recommended that I get some extra sunlight. It's been found, and there's tons of information on that as to why, if you want to go look that up further. But sunshine and tanning, or getting that UV light, can help with your symptoms and spotting of psoriasis. So what I try to do is get as much natural sunlight as possible, because this coincides with my other goal of creating a healthy body and lifestyle. So getting outside, taking a 20-30 minute walk every day if I can, and getting some exercise. So I do regular exercise. I do, circuit training at home, body weight training, nothing crazy. It doesn't have to be high intensity interval type training or, extreme sport training. Just getting up, moving, and being more intentional on getting actual physical exercise. So that's increasing my heart rate to a certain point above my resting heart rate, and then also focusing on doing some strength training. So 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, nothing crazy, just adding in more than what I am traditionally doing. And then if I can't get outside and get some sun, I have been stopping at the tanning salon to actually just get some UV light from the tanning beds. And this is what my dermatologist recommended as well. For me specifically, I'm not recommending anybody do this, but that was recommended to me, just to get 1 or 2 minutes in a tanning bed to supplement for some of that sunshine that I might not be getting naturally, and it has been helping. And then the last thing that I do is I focus on my supplements. So this also goes back to fixing the leaky gut and talking with my doctor. I decided to supplement with L-glutamine, probiotics, and vitamin D. Now, there was certain supplements that I really preferred over others and that were recommended to me. I'll put those in the link of the description here. But the L-glutamine was the main thing. And then the probiotic with at least, 5 or 6 different types of active cultures is what they recommended. So those are the 2 that I use. And then, just the vitamin D, nothing fancy there. I just take a little bit extra. I don't focus on taking a high dose. I've heard some stories of people taking, 10,000, 15,000 units. I just take a little bit extra, just assuming that I'm lacking a little bit of vitamin D. I also did a blood test not too long ago as part of a routine physical or, an annual checkup, and they did some blood work. And in Colorado, it's very common where I live, low on vitamin D. So it was recommended a couple different ways that I take a supplement of vitamin D. But I'm not doing the high dose of vitamin D, just taking 1 little pill a day. I think it might be 5,000 units. So that's all I do for those supplements. I was really good for the first month. I took them every day and was pretty much Johnny on the spot with them, or very consistent with them. And then now I've kind of slowed down a little bit. This goes back to my lifestyle. I don't want to stress myself out about this. So, I take them when I think about them. I try to take them every day. If I miss a day, it's okay. I just take them the next day. I don't try to double up on it or anything else like that. So what have the benefits been? So I think the benefits from my diet is that my skin is feeling and looking better. I've had a significant reduction in the spots and the itching. That is the main thing for me, is that I don't have that itchiness. As far as the lifestyle, I feel healthy, I feel strong, I feel confident in my body because I've just been moving and doing more physical activity. I feel more mobile with that exercise. I sit a lot for work, so making it a goal of mine to move every day has really helped me, and I think it has helped overall with the reduction of my spots as well. And then as far as the supplements, I think my skin does look and feel better also from that. And then I've got less stomach issues. So I used to get heartburn a lot, pretty much every night it seemed like. And now I'm having less frequent heartburn. And that's, I think, going back to the gut health, right? But not to say that there's an issue with that. Sometimes I think I just get heartburn. It's hard to understand why sometimes. So again, those are the 3 things that I have been doing to manage my lifestyle and living with psoriasis. There is no cure for it. So I'm just doing what I can to live with it. And this is what I found has been working for me. If you think any of these might work, I highly recommend you talk to your healthcare professional about them before starting anything like this. You want to make sure that you're doing it safely and responsibly. And I'm not recommending that anybody do this. I just wanted to share what's been working for me so that you can start that discussion with your trusted professionals in your life to hopefully come up with a plan. So there you go. That's been working for me. If you like this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up. That lets me know that you're enjoying this content. I will continue to create more. I'm also looking into creating a Patreon where I can share more images that aren't appropriate for this platform just to really show my entire body, to let people see, where I've come from and how I'm managing it and how things are going. So please drop any questions that you might have in the comments there. My name is Drew. I'll see you later.